Hi, welcome to Tutor's Funny channel. In our last class, we saw how to design these user interfaces, right? So in this class, I'm going to teach the how to add the CRUD implementation we have to teach, right? So we have to create the data and view the data, all things we will be teaching this video. Now let's back to our project. This is our project, right? Our project, this is our simple form design. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to create the variable. So when you type on the name, so name, address and phone number, we have to store in this particular variable, right? So what you are going to do is, here I'm going to implement these things, right? So here, this is the form. You have to go to the customer component. This is the form. First field, here you have to call this one, ng model. This one should be the customer name. Okay, customer name. Okay, customer name, right? Sorry, here you have to select as employee name, your emp name, your guess emp name. Just copy and paste it. So you have ng model, you have to write the ng model equal emp name, ng model option standalone true. You have to write like this. Same thing, you have to write the second option. You just copy this one, paste it below. Here you have to write address, emp address. How the same thing, you just copy it and paste it below. This one I'm going to do it here as emp mobile. Right, we have three things, right? Now we have create the variables emp name, address and mobile here. So what are the value you are typing, and click save button. We have to store the record into the database via the RESTful API. So the logic we have written in this, writing in this customer component TS file, right? Now here what I'm going to do is first things, right? So you have to go to the block. This block I have do it here. So first thing what I'm going to do is here, we have to implement the form and HTTP client model, right? So that is the things we have to do it here is, go to the app model TS file. Here you have to implement this one. So then only you have to communicate the form. What is the thing? Form module and HTTP model client model, right? If you are import this one, click on this form model, import this import task, then only it will work. For HTTP client model, which we help to make the RESTful API. So it is not generate the path automatically, so we have to write it. So how to write the path? Here this is the path here, right? Okay, don't worry, this course code I provide you. We would go to the tutorsfunny.com Spring Boot applications full stack, right? So here, now here the error go away. This is reside on this particular namespace, import HTTP client model from Angular common HTTP. That's it. That's the thing we are doing, right? Now what I'm going to do, go to the customer component model, right? So now this is the variable you have to create it in the customer TS file. This is the logic we are writing this file, right? So what you're going to do is, you have to write the logic. Okay, logic, you have to create the variables, right? So I'll be explaining. You have to create the variable. So first this one should be, you have to create the employee array. When you view the records, you have to write the simple employee array. Now here this one we have to remove it, right? So here we have created the three different variables, right? First one should be employee name, employee address. So this one should be address. You have to write address. This is a mobile. So what you are doing here is, you have created emp address, right? So our backend, what are the things you have created in our backend? You have created the, what are the things you have created? The employee, go to the entity, employee name, employee address and mobile, like this, the employee address. So the same thing you have to write here as well, right? Say employee address, mobile, right? So the same name, it's employee name, same thing, but employee address also you have to call it here. That string mobile, this one, right? This one should be the current employee ID, right? Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is here, first what I'm going to see, you have to add the record into the database. So what I'm going to do is you have to do it here. This you have to implement the constructor. You implement the constructor private HTTP client. This is help you to send the request, right? That's a send the request, right? So now next step, what you are going to do is you have to write the get all function and register. So you have to just copy this all the things. I'll be explaining. Don't worry. Right. Right. Now here what I did here is first we have to write the get all customer method. Starting here, closing here. Inside that, this is this HTTP get. We have to get all the employee details. We have to load all the employee details, right? So we have already tested. Okay, how to view the records, right? How to get the records, right? See how to test it, right? So how the record is coming, employee get all. Get all mean here. Well, let's check it. What is the function you have written? Controller get all employee. This is a get all employee you have written, right? Get all employee. Wait, let's start the project. We'll check it. Right. So when the request is coming, employee get all employee. Here you are getting all the information about the employee ID, name, address, and mobile. So this is the request. I just copied, paste it over here. Right. That's the thing you have to write here. Get the request and pass into the result data. You have to pass into the result data. The employee array also you have to implement it here. We have to call it here, right? So this one we no need them, right? Okay, we have to get the data, right? We have to get the data. It will implement it to the this data we are passing the employee array, passing here. Right? This data you are passing to the relevant form. Which form? This table. We are passing the data into this table, right? So we have a record. We have added the two blank data. Instead of that, we have to remove this one. One thing you have to remove it. Go to the table. This is the empty data, dummy data we have put it. Instead of that, we are getting the data from the database, right? We have to get the data from the database. So how to do the thing is we have to get the data from the database. So let's simply we have to write this one, right? This tr tag, tr tag. We have to write the ng loop, ng form in. You have to get the data from we have here employee array. Here when you request a get all employee, you write this one employee get all employee. When you call it the constructor, it will be what it goes a particular API, get the data and passing the data here and equal into the assign to the employee data array here. This data we have to get it here. Sorry, get it here. Employee array, get it here, data here. This one should be the employee item. This employee item, we have to get we have to set it here. So how to set it? Let's check it. Right. Now let's copy this same thing. Paste it over here. Right. You're testing like this, right? This one should be the employee item. This one should be what is the data we have written here. We have to call it here employee. This one should be the ID. What is the data we have to coming here? Employee ID. Say employee ID. You have to get it here. You write here employee ID. Sorry. Employee ID. Employee name. Employee address and mobile. Right? The same array item. You have to write it here. Perfect. Right? If you want employee name, you have to uppercase. You have to remove the uppercase. Now let's check it. Save all. Save all. Now our application is already running. Let me check whether it's working fine or not. No, here we have some errors. So here this one TS file. We didn't set anything else here also. So let's check it whether it's working fine or not. I just comment it this one. Let's check whether it's working fine or not. When the page is loaded, you have to get called the get all employee function. Now check it back. Here James Peter is loaded, mobile numbers, but address is not loaded. What is the problem? Address is not loaded. Let me check why the address is not loaded. Sorry, here the spelling mistake. Here, this is how the API request is works. Now here we check here. You will be able here. This record is coming. Peter, James, all the things are coming. Perfect. Okay, here the edit and delete function is not coming because here wait, I'll be getting. Okay, sorry. Right, so I'll be. There's my previous code. Let me go to the previous code right here. We have to paste it over here. These things right. Now it's coming to the edit and delete button here. Now it's working. Right. So you will be able to edit the record and delete the record. Right. Now let me check how to add the records. It's very simple. Go to our second one, which is a create page. This page, right? This page we have a button which is a submit. This button. Okay, you have to call it as submit, so we have to make it as save. So make it as save. So you have to the same thing button. This one save. Here we have to call it as save. When you click this button, we have to go to the particular save method. So you have to write here. You have to write register. You have to write the register. You have to write okay, this function. It's called the register function. It is reside on here. Register function is here, right? So I have to leave that one. Okay, right. So this all things right. Now here first what I'm going to do is here. When you type the data, name, address, and mobile, click save button. The record is saved in this variable. Employee name, address, and mobile. You take it to here. This form. So what are the values? Employee name, get it here. Employee address. This one set into your form field as well. Sorry. Employee address. Employee. The same values you can see here. The form field, employee name, employee address. The same value. This is a form. Employee address, the employee name. This is the form data. This is the your this is your database. Okay, this is columns. This is a form data, right? So it will set it here and go to the respective API. So respective API, you have to set it here as a post request. This one should be when you coming the request as save. When the request as save, save. We already saw, right? Save method. So it's the same API. You have to get it over here and put it here. When you do during the API, I will be discuss about these things. So I no need to discuss again. After done the stuff and you add the employee, details should be refresh it. After that, the same time, the form should be clear. Okay, the form should be clear. Right now, let's write the form should be clear. That's the thing we have right here. Right. So now here, what I'm going to erase here, this is the register one. I just this all the source code. I just right now let's just check it whether it's working fine or not. Save all. Sorry, here what's the problem here is go to the employee control here, employee here we have this one should be the customer. It's no problem. I change it as employee. Okay, don't worry. What's the problem here is where's our design, customer comfort design, the empty this one we have to get rid of this line. That's the thing. Control is save. That's why the button will be go like this. Here now it's okay. Now let's check it. John, address India, mobile number something. Click save here. Employee registered successfully. Click OK here. It's working perfectly well. It's working perfectly well. Now let's Here after done the stuff, it will be clear. There will be the clear button as well. This clear button also, whatever the code you have written here is, this is a clear button code. I just copied. When you click the clear button, it goes to the clear button. So I'm going to create the another button which is clear. The same register form. I just copy and paste it here. This one I'm going to make it as clear. Clear. I don't need these things, all things. We have to get rid of these lines. Only the clear. This is the clear. When you click this button, it goes to the clear function. Or the HTML file, it's a clear function. It goes to the clear. So here's something, copy it. Yes, here's a clear. Instead of the clear, we have to make it as clear data. This one I just copy it, paste it over here as well, clear data. My here as well. Right. Control save. Now let's back it here. Now here clear data. So let's the component clear. Let's save all. Right, it's working. Now here if you are typing something else, click clear. Here it's saved. Here it's clear. Here something accidentally you type it. If you clear, here it will be clear. Right. If you are now you will be able to create the data and view the data. Perfect. Now let me see how to edit and delete the records. Right. If you click the edit button, the particular selected row record will be passing into the form. Right. So what you are going to do is here, I'm going to do it here. So another function is this is the edit part. Here edit, we have to write it here, this one as well. You write this one. There is a method which is this one, so the employee item set update. It goes to the function set update. When you click edit button, this row, editable row, if you click on this one, it goes to the all the record will be passed to the particular form for edit. So how to do the task? You have to simply go here. The third one is the function, right? Set update. Set update. So here this is a employee name, employee address, and mobile. We are using the current employee ID. Current employee ID is employee ID. So the employee ID. Current employee ID, you have to pass it here. What's the data coming here? Employee name, employee address. This one should be the employee ID. Now let's check it. I will be show you. I will be explaining. Don't worry. Click edit button. Why it's not working? Click on this. Go here. Employee. Right. When you click the edit button, it goes to this function. Along with this, all the components will be passing to here. Employee, right? Employee form. Sorry, let's save all. I think save is, I haven't saved it. Right. Now let's click edit. Now here, I haven't saved it. That's why it's working. Here, the record will be automatically changed. It's no problem. Right. Now you have to make the changes and click save button. The record will be updated. Right. So what you're going to do is, there is an update function. Right. Now is the save. This all things I just leave it. Right. Now what I'm going to do is, now you can see here we are doing same button. You notice that update and edit and update both are doing by the same button. So how to do the thing is, here you can see here, when you click edit button, the editable record will be passed into the form. So we have to do this coding, right? This is the form data. It will be passed into the, what is the data? This is the form data. This is the data. What the data is coming. You are set it to the form, right? After edit the data, so along with the ID, right? So the same like how to add the data, same thing. What is the difference between edit and update? We have to get the ID. We have the additional row. We have to pass it here is ID only, right? So here employee ID. The first one should be the employee ID. The employee ID. This also what's the current ID. You have get it here. You have to pass it here. This is employee name. Employee name. These are the database field. Employee address and mobile. Say employee name, employee address. These are the records you have updated. The particular update method. So let's go to the update. Get all. If the record is coming, update, right, like this. So the same thing is just copied. This URL. This is not at the moment it's saved. This should be the update. Get rid of the update. This is the update. So here employee name, address and mobile. So get all employee. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay. Right. Now let's file and save all. Now this one also I'll be explaining. Don't worry. Current employee ID. Right. Okay. Now this one we have to pass this function. We have to call it here as this method should be pass it as a save. Right. So I'll be explaining whether it's working fine or not. First check it. Right. If you click edit button, if you get rid of this Peter, click save button. Record is updated. Now let's what is the problem? It's updated, not shown. Now let's back to employee TS file. Here, right, employee. Additionally, we have typed the R. That's the problem. Now let's check again. Save all and back it here. Click edit button. It goes to the record. Let's remove it. Click save button. Record updated. Here, it's working perfectly well. This one we have to update as Kumar USA. Mobile number. Click save button. Here it's working perfectly well, right? So if it's a clear, so sorry, here it will be working, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the delete button, right? So how to do the delete button? Let me see. Very simple. It's delete, right? This one also I get rid of this line. So what I did here is when the here what I did is I have written the save method. Okay, save method. If the IDs exist, the IDs exist mean if you click on this record. Edit button. Okay, if you click the edit button, it goes to this particular row. Record will be passing to the form along with the ID. If the IDs exist, the record will be deleted. Record will be edited. If the ID is not available, record will be added. Right. So what I'm going to do is here. What I'm going to do here is right. So that's the thing you have to write. The IDs exist. It goes to the IDs exist. What I did here is if the ID here this current ID is equal blank means the ID is not exist, it goes to the registration. If the ID is exist, it is not blank, it goes to update part. That is this two function I have to set it here. Right? Edit and update, we have set it to the same form. Don't worry, I'll give you the code what you have to study. This is an efficient way to do the program. Right. The delete part also the same thing. When you click the ID, it goes to the record. Have to delete. So the same API, let's call it here. Here we have to type it here. What is the delete API? The delete. We just go to the delete only. The delete only along with the ID. What's the ID is coming here? It's deleted record. Right? Data. This one should be the employee ID. So this is the employee ID is coming. Get the employee ID and delete the data. Right. So after that you have to clear the form as well. Copy it and paste it here. I'll be explaining. Don't worry. Right. Now let me check it. Save. Click delete button. Right. What the thing is we didn't put the delete button code here. Right. So delete button is set delete. Okay. So here I copied. I just copied. Go to here. Customer controller. Here we have a delete. There's a delete. Set it. Here also delete. It has a function set delete. So now let's back it our code and check it. Click delete button. Record deleted. Here the particular record has been deleted. Right. What happen is if you click the delete button, what happen is this is here. This is the item. All the item we get it here. Okay. Click on this delete button. What is thing is it goes to the TS file. Okay. Set delete function. It get all the data. What is the ID? You are get only the ID. What's the ID? Only the ID we are getting. Employee ID. So this is the our RESTful API, delete RESTful API, you get the ID and delete the particular row of the data. Just simple code we have written, very simple. Okay, this is how we have delete the record and update the record and register record. We have all the things we have to discuss. Very simple, right? I hope you guys will understood things well. In our next video tutorial, we are starting from the tasks, right? How to implement the multiple, how to join the multiple tables, how to get the columns, and all the things we have to talk. Thank you for watching.